Hello, my name is Chad Graham from the law firm of Graham Adair, and I am here to talk to you during the most wonderful time of year in immigration, which is the H-1B cap. And actually, we're in the aftermath of the H-1B lottery that was just run. It's possible that USCIS will run an additional round of acceptances. Last year, for example, it ran the first, a second, then even a third. But having gone through that, it's more likely that USCIS has accepted enough in the first round to not require as many in the second, and very unlikely that there would be a third. What we saw is almost 485,000 applications for a limited number of 85,000 available H-1Bs for this year. So obviously demand is by far outpacing availability. The interesting thing is Congress has the ability to adjust the possible numbers of H-1Bs available in any given fiscal year. For example, in 2002 and 2003, the availability was bumped up to 195,000. But because demand at that time was so much lower than it is now, it was unnecessary to have the number that high, and so it was brought back down to the numbers we see today, which is 85,000, and that 85,000 is broken down to 65,000 under the regular H-1B cap, and an additional 20,000 for those with advanced U.S. degrees. So we're seeing roughly an 18% acceptance rate so far for this year, and if you break that down into advanced degree cap versus regular cap, those with advanced degrees actually have a higher chance of success because USCIS runs the lottery for those 20,000 first, and for those who are not selected in the 20,000, they then fall into the regular cap and have a chance to run in that lottery as well. And the inverse, of course, is true as well. Those who qualify only under the regular cap have a lower chance of acceptance. The interesting thing is last year we saw just over 300,000 total applications, and so this 485,000 represents about a 57% increase year over year in applications. One of the reasons for that could be that USCIS 3 years ago switched to an online lottery system versus a physical filing paper-based system. And what that did is it created a lower barrier of entry, not only in the time it takes to prepare the applications, but also in the cost. Obviously, the cost to prepare a full application is going to be more than it is to register somebody online. And so with those barriers to entry being lower, we're seeing more applications. USCIS has indicated they think part of that number are people who are filing with multiple companies. So you may have one individual that filed with 4 or 5 different companies. And so the hope is that as those people's cases are selected and adjudicated, that there may be more numbers available. But like I said, this year, USCIS accepted additional numbers over what they accepted last year in the first round to sort of account for that phenomenon. So again, it's possible that we may see a second round, very unlikely that we would see a third round. So if you're in that fortunate low percentage this year that was accepted, congratulations. Starting in the 2023 fiscal year on October 1st, your H-1B will become active. For those that were not selected, which is the vast majority, it's time to start thinking about what your options are. If you're someone who's fortunate enough to have a STEM eligible OPT extension, you can get up to 3 years total of work authorization that way. And you may have more chances to apply for H-1Bs in the future. For those who are not so fortunate, it's time to think about other work visas that might be an option. Maybe potentially even starting the green card process might be available to you. So I'd recommend that at this time you talk with your manager, you talk with your company, see what they're willing to support. If your company works with an attorney, to speak with that attorney as well to see what ideas they might have. But it's time to start taking action and getting ready for your future so that you can remain in the United States and continue working and continue seeking your career and family aspirations. I hope this has been helpful, and look forward to any comments or questions that you may have.